I've been working on some wind-themed jokes. They're not finished yet, though. Right now I have them saved as drafts. Hello, everyone. I'm Kovar. And this is the wrong view. This is Final Fantasy XIV. Let me stop my music also. Let's see. What did I need to do next? Hello, Grumpy Rat, and is a kitten, and a rusate. I think this is... Is that what it is? I can never remember. I got stuff on the top left. Yeah, that's the next main scenario quest. My feisty little chocobo. Be... Camp Tranquil. So let's go ahead and teleport there. Punch, chop, and dodge. Hello, Bingobo. Let's see if I made a bad decision teleporting there. Oh, is it? I thought it was over here. Next main scenario quest, Wildred wants you. Oh, my feisty little chocobo's a different thing. I don't know fully what I'm looking at then. Or is that the next class? No. Well, we're doing this now because this is where I am. Oh! Well, Combat Companion is definitely worth it. Unmistakable smell of chocobo clings to you, adventurer. Would I be correct in assuming that you have your own trusty steed? I thought so. Now tell me, is your bird battle-trained? If not, you might consider seeking the advice of Luqualot over at Bent Branch Meadows. The Ishgardian native is something of a prodigy in all matters concerning our fine-feathered friends. He should be able to help you attain greater affinity with your bird. So I'm doing that instead, I guess. Because I'm stupid and didn't realize that these are two different click targets. Okay, well, next up we're going to Bent Branch Meadows, which... You know what? I might save the money and ride there. This is a chocobo quest. I'd be silly to teleport for that. Maybe not that silly, I don't know. But it seems thematically appropriate to ride there, you know? A butterfly knife and strike from behind. I should butterfly a chicken breast. Cut it in half. Get nice little thin breast patties out of it. Nice flat. Although there's no chicken in Final Fantasy, it'd have to be a chocobo breast. This really doesn't take too long at all. I am just amazed at how much quicker navigation is since I got a chocobo. And it hasn't even been... I've had one for a while now, but it's still kind of hitting me. Dodos. There's dodos? Okay. We could do a Moogle fillet. Well, we can't, but... There we go. That will do it. And then... Yeah, I should not have recentered. I should just go so where I can see both things. I've been spoiled by a lot of newer games that let you... that have like a thing at the top and it's like, are you going in the right direction? Just follow the thing. An arcade racer that's a console game. Now what would that be? It wouldn't be the canceled 90s arcade racer by Pelican 13. I really wanted that game to come out. Hello, Look-a-lot. Greetings, adventurer. Is there something you need? You wish to have your chocobo trained in combat. This is no small request you make. Riding your bird is one thing, asking it to take hurts in your name is quite another. I will help train your chocobo, but on the promise that you will never unduly expose it to danger. Do I have your word? Very well. To begin with, we will need a bunch of Gisal greens. You have my leave to pick one from the fields yonder. Return here when you have it. I think I don't have any. That's fine. Fields yonder are that away. Or right here. Oh, Sonic Crossworlds. I mean, I guess that's the obvious choice, isn't it? That's what you get when you're not cool enough to get Garfield Kart 2, which is the third Garfield Kart game. Have you acquired the greens? Yeah. Superb! Then we shall get straight to it. Doubtless you already know this, but chocobos are highly fond of Gisal greens. They love the leafy vegetable so much, in fact, that they will completely forget their fears in the face of danger. Thus, by feeding your bird the greens, you can prevail upon it to fight beside you, and then once called, it will be up to you to direct its actions as you see fit. You will find that your chocobo innately responds to a number of general commands. Give your bird an order, and it will act accordingly, and to the best of its ability. This simple yet effective methodology was developed by the Fortemps family, one of the foremost houses in Ishgard. And that concludes your lesson. Of course, it is not enough to merely hear about a practice. One must venture forth and attempt it oneself. Summon your chocobo with a bunch of Gisal greens, and together make your way to Sorrelhaven. The broods that prowl the area ought to be a suitable challenge for you and your companion. Put down 3 of them and return here. And lastly, by way of advice, I would recommend you keep an ample supply of Gisal greens on your person at all times. Our resident vendor will be able to provide you with as much as you can carry. Resident vendor, is that you? No. Give you a few bunches, then you have to buy them from the vendors in all the major cities. Okay, I have 1. He said our resident vendor, so I assumed he meant there's someone right here, but I don't see anyone right here. So bunch of greens that can be purchased in stores. Use the greens, okay. Merchant and vendor by the front gate. Thank you. Front gate. Can't even talk to you. Or do you mean the front gate of the area? I'm doing a stupid. You have trade in your name. It's gotta be you. No. This is the front gate, I think. So let's try... That looks like a quest. No. Am I stupid? I feel stupid. I'm not seeing any other gates over here. Coming to point it out. Okay. Follow the bright pink cat. Okay. I'm really... Okay, so not the front gate of that little ranch thing, but the front gate of the whole area. Merchant and Mender. Okay. Well, let's purchase items, and we're gonna buy some... It might be Gisol, not Gisol. I don't know. I'll pronounce it Geisel. Let's see. That'll do. Okay. That's probably plenty for now. Then we need to go there. This way. Which I guess I'll go that way. And that'll do. Okay. 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 Have I mentioned I don't have good navigation skills? You know, combat strategy, not that this game has required a ton of it thus far, is something I'm pretty decent at. But not getting lost? Oh boy, that's asking too much of me. I think I need to be on top of this thing. Each one item gives you a half hour having your chocobo out. Okay, let's find the stairs. This'll get me up. Oh. I can go up that. Yeah. Yeah. I'll get there. I promise I'm not a complete moron. Just like 80%. Okay, here we are. And there, brute zizzes. And then I need to use... no. Use. Okay, fine. I'll get off of the chocobo and use one. Ordering your chocobo. 30 minutes Earth time. Use commands located under orders in the Actions and Traits interface. Okay. Actions and Traits interface. Orders. Attacker stance. Unable to execute action. Companion skill level is too low. I think I can't do this. Also, where is it? HUD layout. I should probably... I'll use free stance. Okay. Okay, I start attacking and then the chocobo starts attacking. I see. It doesn't attack until I do. And that's what I just learned. doesn't help that I missed a week because of work stuff, so now I'm behind in remembering how to play this. See, normally I try to play every 3 weeks, but last week I worked a whole lot of overtime. And we gotta go back over there. So hopefully riding the chocobo doesn't completely undo that half hour I had. It might. I don't know. But I'm gonna hope it doesn't. It doesn't, thank you. Perfect. Hate it. And then Alt 2. I gotta remember to use my keyboard shortcuts for things. No, you. There we go. So, you have successfully negotiated your first few battles with your chocobo. Well done. Oh man, my accent's all over the place today. Tell me, how did it feel? Was it not supremely reassuring fighting with your feathered companion? Your chocobo can make up for your shortcomings or build upon your strengths. Indeed, there are countless ways the two of you might complement one another. Through some experimentation, you will come to find the approach that serves you best. Before I forget, I have one last parting gift. A saddlebag for your chocobo. Carrying Kisal greens about can be quite cumbersome after all, and there should be sufficient room for your personal belongings should the need arise. I pray it serves you well on your travels. Okay. It's under character. Let's do this real quick, just in case. No, I don't have anything new to do. That it was under character, but I'm not seeing it. It's key items. Control Shift I. That's a good shortcut. I'll put stuff I don't need as often there. It said it was under character though, and I'm losing my mind because it should be here somewhere. Oh, maybe it was under character there, that character. Not the character window, the character menu. They're both called character! Okay, back to the next main scenario quest. Which appears to be here. I'm gonna go to Little Alam. Is that? No, that's not my home. So we're gonna teleport there. You can see why I got confused by that, right? You got a window called character and a menu called character. Alright. We're looking for Wilrid. I kept saying Wildred because apparently I can't read either. Hello, Remfling. I don't remember what voice you had. I'll make something up. Hey, adventurer, you done talking with the old bear? I've got a message for you from Wildred. Lad's something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you've won over Gundabald and wants a word with you. Says he'll be waiting over at the craggy area north of here. Craggy area to the north. Okay. What gets me out of here? This'll get me out. This'll get me out. And then north. I can do north. I think. No, I don't want to teleport. I didn't mean to click that. That's not the way out. The way out is this way. Did I say cracky? I definitely meant to say craggly. Snap, craggle, and pop. Okay. I might still be a little worn out from last week, if I'm being honest. My brain is a little bit shot. That's what, you know, 50 hours of data entry in a week will do. Nothing wrong with data entry. It's a good job, but boy, doing just that, staring at a screen, typing stuff for that long. Hard on the mind. I think I need to go up. Which means I need to find a way up. No, I just need to go right here. Okay. Hello, Wilrid. Thanks for coming, friend. 'Tis no ordinary outsider who can gain the trust of the old bear. That's why I wanted to meet you, to discuss something in private. Tell me, why are you snooping about? Did the Empire send you? Or someone else? Who got your tongue? No matter. Whoever it is you work for, your meddling ends here. Get him! I'm being attacked. Luckily, I have a friend who can help me fight. Is that it? You're stronger than you look. This changes nothing. Threaten us, beat us bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can make us give up our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it, we'll reclaim our homeland. Well, that didn't go well. But now we can go turn in our doing one easy fight. I am glad I got the chocobo. It'll make everything a little bit slightly easier. The map is misleading. It makes me think that I can, like, get in up here, but just goes around. This isn't helpful. But sure, I'll go around this time. I didn't go this way before, so it's a new view, you know? And sometimes you gotta take the slightly scenic route. Fate discovered nearby. I ain't looking for no fate. What did I just say? I ain't looking for no fate. Oh, I could have been using that map the whole time. Even better. Let me go, short and stout. Hello, Gundabald. Oh, I think the voice I did for him I remember. Attacked by Wilrid and his cronies. They would go to such lengths for the sake of this plan of theirs. Left to their own devices, the young fools are like to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover their agenda and put an end to this madness. That may or may not be the voice I did. I don't know. Let's see. I can't wear that. I can wear that. I don't know. Do I want higher magic defense and lower regular defense? No, I don't. That would... Right now, my regular defense is at, what, 61. Magic defense is at 61. I'm gaining more than I'm losing, but that would put my standard defense at a huge disadvantage. So I don't know that it does have 4 materia slots. Hold on. That is I only have 2 materia. What do I care about materia slots? I don't have materia. Oh, it takes a head slot as well? Oh, okay, yeah, no, the money will do plenty.
Wilred mentioned obtaining the power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking?
Gundabald, Damn it, I did a dude voice and that's not a dude.
Liliana! God preserve, what happened?
I was out foraging when the corpse brigade came. They took me to their hideout and the whole while they laughed at me. They said that I suffer because I cling on to hope. Is it wrong to dream of home? Is it wrong to call ourselves our Omegans?
Do not heed such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong, I swear to you, those villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know this?
Wilred. He saw me outside. He was so angry.
I must tend to Butliana. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones make of this. I fear that they may do something rash.
Unless it's an across-the-board upgrade, get the money. Yeah, that's kind of what I was figuring. I wouldn't have even minded as much being, you know, up and down if it was less up and down. Okay, where? I guess let's go out this way and then go into the other side? And in here we've got Riled Lass. This looks like what I need. What those animals did to Butliana is unforgivable, and to think they look down on us. Well, I'll suffer this humiliation no more. I'm with Wilred to the bitter end. I'm not afraid of a few lizards. Oh, I see. I just gotta talk to a bunch of people, or at least two. Hunting knife, do. Oh, I needed to do that. Well, I found a hunting knife. Let's see. I don't see nothing else over here, so... Like this. Oh, that gate! I can use the gates to get in and out. That... You know, that... I'm sure that's obvious. So the other three are probably all in this side, and I just shouldn't have run over to the other side. Oh well, oh well. There's a second level to that room. There's a second level to that room. That's okay. I needed this map of Zanrak. Don't see anything else over here. Maybe there's a second level to this room too. I don't see one. We're going back to the other room. It occurs to me I could make a well, let me show you. Let me show you. I use this guy. It's just a tablet to control my streams. It says Twitch even though I stream on YouTube. Don't mind that. I used to stream on Twitch a long time ago. I can still remember when. But I could make a screen and have it do stuff for... Oh, the orange circle disappeared. I didn't have more to collect over there. I could make all sorts of shortcuts on there. I don't know if that would be considered cheating or not. It would just be simple stuff that's already on my hotbar, but now I could just tap it and not have to remember which hotbar is control and which one is alt. It's Wilred.
Almighty Raug, Lord of Destruction, we implore you, lend us your strength and put an end to the suffering of your people. Here to interfere again? Well, you're too late. Our plan is already in motion. Once we have the crystals, our enemies will pay for their crimes, and no one will dare oppress us ever again.
See, I don't even want to consider that until I know if that would be considered cheating or not. Like, I guess that's not that different from, like, keyboard macros. Some keyboards have, like, buttons on the side or something that you can assign to just be more buttons at once.
If this plan succeeds, we'll have the power to lay the Empire low, to change the world for the better. Might be his Gunderbold's content to eke out an existence in this musty old cave, but I'll be damned if I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. Now, where in the seven hells did I put that bloody map?
Basically, I don't want to do anything that could get me banned, but I do want to do things that could... that I could just touch a screen instead of clicking on a hotbar. Maybe I'll ask Mix about that sometime later when they're around. And the app I use, for anyone curious, is called Touch Portal. Like I said, I mostly use it to control my streams. Occasionally, I use it for video editing. Not that I've done a lot of that lately.
Gone! A whole lot of them. But then it is as I feared. They mean to take matters in their own hands. But what exactly is it they mean to do?
Better to be safe? Okay. I mean, clearly the app isn't alone enough to get me banned because I've had it running literally every time I've ever played this game. But, I'm not using it to interact with the game. All I would have it do is do keyboard keys, not interact with the game directly because I'm not that stupid.
What's this? Hot knife? A map of Zonrek? Wait, you said Wilred spoke of crystals, did you not? They couldn't possibly mean it. By the gods, this is right madness. The young fools are untrained and unblooded all. They've no notion of how dangerous the Emoja are. They'll be butchered before they get within 100 yards of the crystals. They're headed east. If we hurry, we may yet find them before it's too late.
Okay. Well, now that quest is done, so I gotta find them. And they're going... Hey, what do you know? They went east. Hello, Coolified. How you doing? See, look at this. It looks on the map like I can go this way. But I can't. It's a dead end. That's okay. We're going to go out this gate. And we're going to go around. And we're going to keep going. And we're going to keep going. And we're going to center the map so that it follows us better. Not that we really needed to, but... You know, sometimes it's just more attractive to look at a map that's properly centered. Okay. Broken water. There's Wilred. We can break these cuffs. I'm above level 31. Well, that there says 42. That's okay. The accents are getting better as I get warmed up.
Wilred! Did no of us survive? This is all wrong. Getting the crystals was supposed to be the start. We were going to reclaim our homeland. We were... Pull yourself together, lad.
We were just going to make an offering of crystals to Raga to summon him, just like the masked man taught us. We plotted to sneak into Zanrik and make off with Elizabeth's cash, but they caught us, and there's so many dead. The gods forgive me.
Heathens, you shall pay for your crimes with your souls.
Oh, completely the wrong voice. Once again. Yeah, I know what it means. I'm just way above is my point.
Regret a young one's transgressions, but a soul is too high a price for youthful folly. For all their failings, they are the hope of the Anamegan people. This hope I will guard with my life.
And I will guard with my chocobo. Where is my chocobo? I don't see it. Did it get put away? Has it been a half hour? It hasn't been a half hour. Or maybe I just can't have my chocobo for this. Maybe I should be fighting one of the ones that someone else is fighting. That might be why. No, no, no. Get out of there. Get out of there. He doesn't appear in instance battles. Good to know. I was wondering if it might be something like that. I don't know why I can't use this, but I guess I can't, so I'll use something else instead. Duty failed. Damn it. We'll try that again. Select difficulty. Oh, screw you. I'm not going to go down a difficulty. At least let me fail a few times before you show me that. We already saw this cutscene.
Heathens, you shall pay for your crimes with your souls.
That's a better voice. That's what I want him to sound like. Okay. Certain characters die in this battle to fail state. I thought it might be something like that. Oh, no, no, no. I got misaligned on my keyboard and hit caps lock. Okay, yeah, actually fighting the guys who the other guys are fighting seems to be the way to go. Instead of going off on my own and taking on a guy by myself who nobody else is fighting. Okay, yeah, this is going much better. Except actually I'm still fighting the main guy too early. Come on, come on, come on. There's too many of them! If I beat the main guy, does that... No, he doesn't want to die, he doesn't want to die. If I beat the main guy, does that... Crap, crap, crap. I don't know that it does. Duty failed, okay. So I did the right thing at first, and then I didn't after that. We're going to do it again, and we're going to not hit the main one. All I have to do is do the thing that I know full well what I have to do and just actually do it. That can't be that hard. Okay. Next try. It's really easy to accidentally hit... Well... Kinda. Actually, I think this is the main one again. Yeah, no, I want to hit the little guys. There's too many of them, and that's really kind of my biggest problem. Okay, now I can face this guy until those other ones show up, which should be very shortly. Okay. Let's take you on. Little dragon thing. Okay. It's going much better. Now we've only got the big guy. When we only have the big guy is the time to be hitting the big guy. Now we don't have damage coming from 18 okay, cool. I spoke too soon. Okay. Take you out. Take you out. And then now is the time. Now's the time. Oh, there was a little guy I missed. Whatever. Yeah, all I had to do was not focus on the big guy. Or use the Game Shark. You already made a Game Shark joke, Bingabo.
Your skill at arms is impressive, adventurer. Our wayward youths could learn much from a man like you. The battle is won, but it will be unwise to linger here. Let us return to little Alamigo.
Well, you're right. Fundamentally a different joke, Game Shark versus Game Genie. Wait! We've come all this way. We have to get the crystals. They're right there, right for the picking.
Have you learned nothing, Wilrid? Did you not see those tempered wretches? Such is the fate for those who are touched by a god. Is that what you desire for yourself and your friends?
What? No one said anything about... The masked man told us we could defeat the Empire if we summoned Rauga. He swore...
Enough. I will hear the rest of the story's tale back in little Alamigo. I dare say Kovar will wish to hear it as well.
Action replay. Completely new and original joke. This dude's an idiot. Just listen to some random masked guy. That won't end badly. Leave the glowing area before the... Yeah, I know how to do that. X tints. Yeah, I was reading that. Okay. That was not useful help. Thanks, game. Okay. We're going to head back to Gundabald. And he's going to tell us something different than last time. And there he is.
No more lies, Wilrid. Tell us everything.
Everything. Thing. That's the wrong TH sound for that accent.
I was outside with the others when he appeared. The masked stranger. He told us about summoning Rauga, about using the crystals, and just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperately to believe we could raise ourselves from this squalor that I never stopped to question his motives. But I should have known there's no solution. Nothing we can do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts. Listen to me, Wilrid. Our road may be lost to us, but it takes more than stones and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, Alamigo lives on within us all. It is for you to decide what to make of this legacy. But whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget that you owe it to this adventurer, an outsider.
I won't, I promise. Thank you for saving me. And sorry I tried to kill you.
My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know that there are kind souls such as you out there. Little Alamigo may not have much in the way of comfort, but you will always be welcome here.
Yes, look at us. High potions, ether sleeping potions, paralyzing potions, turquoise green dye. Oh, I have to choose one of these potions, though. Paralyzing or high? Paralyzing or high? We're going paralyzing. Probably doesn't matter that much. Okay. Thunderbolt again.
Would we had more information to offer? But what Wilrid told you is the extent of our knowledge of the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray that you'll find and put a swift end to the creature for the sake of the young ones who die by his poisoned words.
Okay. And now back to square one. We've accomplished nothing. We're going back to Rise. Okay, back to Horizon it is. Wait, I had tickets for here? Am I a dummy? Dummy, dumb, dumb, dumb. I have Vesper Bay, but that's not where I was going. This isn't Vesper Bay, is it? Those are the tickets. Oh, well, that's okay. It wasn't that expensive. Tell you what, oh yeah, this is Vesper Bay. As punishment, I'll zoom all the way in. Punishment for myself. I have to play like this. No, I can't do it. I know I've received multiple comments from multiple people that I zoom in too much, but not that far. All right. Entrance to the solar. Yeah, no, that was hard. Even for someone who plays a reasonable amount of third-person action games. They're not that zoomed in unless you play Batman Arkham Asylum, then a third of the screen is Batman. You can thank Donkey for me knowing it's a third of the screen. I never thought about it until I saw Video Game Donkey's video on that. Minfilia, what do we have? Welcome back, Kovar. I'm reliably informed the investigation took you to Quarry Mill and Little Alamigo. So tell me, were you able to learn aught of La Habrea? I didn't learn much. Planted the knowledge of summoning in impressionable young minds, you say? Precisely the kind of deception the Asians would employ. While many of the ills that ail the land can be attributed to the calamity, while some are being brought about by a malign will. Malignant. We must needs delve deeper into this, while things remain quiet on the primal front. All work and no play makes Minfilia a dull scion. Did you say something? Nothing, my lady. No, you're right, though. Mayhap we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation. Okay. Rest means quest complete, and then we go right back into it immediately. Right? Level up! Middle click is auto run? Didn't know that. I only middle clicked by accident. It just runs forward. Cool. While you were tending to business in Thanalan, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends the Sylphs. An individual fitting La Habrea's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. This sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the self-same area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up La Habrea's trail once more. Noraxia can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Kovar. Still pissing myself off by doing a bad voice for her. But, you know, I'm committed to that bit. Oh, okay, so it's just this way.
Leave the waking sands to do.
And it does. Oh, there's my chocobo, Harvey Birdman. Oh, I gotta click that is what I gotta. Right there. It's in Waking Sands. Ah, who's a little idiot? Is it me? Is it me? There's Thancred. Cool. Not who I needed. Wait. This way. I don't think I've been this way before, have I? Noraxia, Noraxia. Oh no, this one's I'm gonna have to do a voice for it. Walking one is to investigate. Sinister one? Then heed well this one's words. Wait, this is the older lady one, isn't it? Then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with the Walking One in the Ashcrown Consortium. According to Friendly One, a digging one named Medrad had an encounter with a scary masked one. It's not. That face looks like it. Damn it! I don't know what voices I'm doing. This masked one is most certainly Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One, Medrad. Digging One is to be found at Falgord Float in North Shroud. Falgord Float. I can't remember anyone's names. I can't remember anyone's voices. But hey, I can remember the words North Shroud. Now I exit to Vesper Bay. And this time it's the correct choice. Spectacles, that's right. Old one. Yeah, there we go. Using their terminology, I appreciate it. Unattuned. 34, 531. We're gonna do this one. It's only slightly farther. What if I play a game I'm actually good at? Eventually, I'm going to start streaming Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and choke out my water. The solution, of course, is to drink more water. I'm going to go this way. Yeah, this will get me there. Would it have been slightly quicker to go to New Gridania? Yes. But only slightly. Hardly worth it. I have to go around this rock. I'm going off course. You can fly me. I feel like I'm pretty close, although maybe I was closer before I went the wrong way. I don't know. How stubborn do I want to be? Not that far is the thing. However, it would be less far if I went up the stairs like I was supposed to. And then I can attune to that crystal, and then I will never have to walk this route again. Yeah, no, I'm like 3/4 of the way there already. Or I'm way too zoomed in. That's not helping. How did I do that? I thought I zoomed out. I must have zoomed back in and forgot. But what if I do this correctly? Okay. Jump! See, if this were a Mario game, I'd be doing good. I'm good at platforming. That's my best genre. Loath as I am to admit it, I've been playing RPGs mostly my whole life, but that doesn't mean I'm good at them. Okay, yeah, even with the chocobo, y'all are way faster than me. Still, We're like almost there now. And you have a faster chocobo, too. I'll get there. I'll get there. I just need time. And before I go to the place, I'm going to attune to the crystal. I would strongly regret not doing that. I've attuned to the aetheryte. Okay, now it's just this way. And here. Medrad, hello.
Please leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I looked death in the face. It is only a matter of time before he comes looking for me, just like he came for that poor woman.
Clearly traumatized. Perhaps if you were to soothe him, he might remain calm for long enough to hold a conversation. Mount speeds increase with quest completion. It's not just like an upgrade I can get. I have to, like, do a thing. Okay. No, that's not it. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. There, buddy. How do I turn off that stupid stance? I didn't want to do that. Now it'll work. I had to select him first. See, I am learning.
You're right. It's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible. That's true, but that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It's just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept near as I dared to see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instant, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her soul for his realm.
Yeah, just remembering there's slash commands helps.
What? You're investigating the same masked man?
If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Aye, anything to ensure we won't have to suffer Medrad's hysteria ever again.
All right, teamwork. That's what I wanted to... Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventurer. It's the least I can do to repay him for comforting me.
Yeah, I did this. That was so hard. They could have done it too. And talk to you again.
My friends and I call ourselves gold diggers. Why? Because we dream of striking it rich at a stroke. All right, it's not that funny. I'll shut up now.
Wait, oh, it's her. You got a pipe. So here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as Z's could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt that the answer's that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths. Okay. Ziz is so ridiculous. Where is that compared to where I am? That's just over here. Okay. I can do it. Once again, I'm way zoomed in. I don't remember doing that, but clearly I did. Thing is, I kind of always instinctively want to zoom in on the cutscenes. I'm not doing the Fate. I'm just going up here to fight some zizzes. Where is it? Up here, okay. There's 2. Hold on. We're gonna put these in here. Oh, I can't use stuff in the saddlebag. That's fine. I used this before, but it's definitely been more than a half hour now. I'll get out of the orange. I didn't get out in time. Oh, maybe I did. Three. There's 2 down, and there's 1 more over there. Oh, I can't go across that. Okay, we're going to do overhead view. It's going to be like old-fashioned Final Fantasy. Oh, but the turning is... There we go. Excuse W and E. Yeah, this will do the trick. And there's a shroud. Hair D. We'll fight you too, because you're here and in the way. I mean, that was 3, and I think that's all I had to take out, so... Overhead camera. Remember not to... Wait a minute. I'm making myself lost is what I'm doing. This is a bad idea. Ah! Okay, fine. We're not doing the overhead camera thing. That wasn't a good idea, and I shouldn't have done it. But what if I do it anyway? And just remember that it's Q and E to strafe, not A and D. Play it like Diablo style. Nope, this is bad and stupid, and I should feel bad. Okay, fine. I'm not doing it anymore. This way. One time I tried playing Zelda Breath of the Wild that way. That didn't go well. Hello, Ideen. You seem to be much more on top of things than Midrod. We've already seen the disease. Good work, adventurer. So, were you able to find out to suggest that the creatures are our culprits? No. Nothing? Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. Yeah, anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziz from our list of suspects. Which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. I thought it was the masked man. Winged eyeball. It's the first I've heard of that. Winged eyeball. It's not a bomb. No, bombs don't have wings. They just float. Oh, I have both of them? Which one do I gotta talk to? I'll talk to her first. There's something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I better watch myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor been going around. There's some whisper that after each victim died, her anchor went into the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. This bears investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock, a new one, bring back some of the fragments, and I'll give them a gander. Okay, where are we going this time? Back the same way. You know, you could come with me, and then I wouldn't have to go back and forth using items on areas. Rather than single targets, click on the item displayed in the duty list. Selecting the item, a glowing radius will appear on the ground that can be moved freely. Okay. Duty list. We'll see if I can figure that one out. Okay, where am I going? Here we go. This looks like it. A little glowing thing on the ground there. But the item from the duty list. Oh, I look back at the tutorial. So I found it. Get off your... Oh. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Feel stupid. I knew I couldn't be mounted from the last 18 times I tried to do something. Hey, we got a humming crystal. Interrupted. Don't walk while I'm picking it up. Oh, I gotta get several of them. Okay. There's 2. Oh, and there's the other 3. Sick. Four. And 5. I am still a little bit amused that the version of Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn I'm playing is after several more expansions came out, and they streamlined A Realm Reborn. Wait a minute. It's the wrong way. Let's pull out a map, and then I can actually see where I'm going. I ride my bird back and forth. I ride my bird back and forth. Alright. That was a Willow Smith joke. I assume nobody here listens to Willow Smith. I also do not listen to Willow Smith. I feel really stupid if I'm wrong and Whip My Hair was not a Willow Smith song. Most folk are too scared to go within 100 yalms of the Rock of Rancor. Aye, it has a name. What's a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? There you go, I got some crystals. Eh? Well, these are just your garden variety crystals. It's a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with a masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sound stick. Oh well. Evaralt, your turn. There is something you should know. I have been keeping this to myself, lest I worsen Madrad's paranoia, but I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely at the same time as Madrad's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. Same rocky area that I've just been to three times. Okay, we go back again. Once again, I ride my bird back and forth. Okay, it's not a long trek, but kind of silly. All right. Should be around the back of this thing, and... destination, okay. Surveying. Am I going to get interrupted by a fight? You sense a hostile presence. There it is. Okay, that's down. That investigation is done. And then here's some zizzes. And I see y'all are taking them out. Okay, well. Let's go back where I came from again. I can't wait to get to the next expansion. And I know it's still a ways away, but I think that'll be a good deal more, not like back and forthy. And I'm led to understand it will have better voice acting. Although I don't know that it'll have more, so I'll still have to do a bunch. I'm not the worst voice actor, but I can only do so many voices before I run out of voices. Okay. We did the thing. Now, why don't you send us back to that same area? A monstrous Bannermite appeared and you slew it! That creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of Falgord. Intentional or no, you have done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw? Or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Back to Midrod. For him, I'm doing my best Crispin Freeman impression.
There have been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep, knowing that the killer is still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it the sorry business troubles you as much as it does me.
I had been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt it was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Bannermite.
You and I were miles apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here had a run-in with the Bannermite at the very spot you claimed to see that fiendish eyeball, isn't that right?
There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Ooh, he's serious. But listen, my habit's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be. Of course, there must be more than one of the buggers. It's so obvious. Then that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, then there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered.
I do believe we're out of our depth. You ought to leave the rest to the expert.
Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. While I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown, unless you have forgotten. I was at the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There's a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. Well, these three were surprisingly useless. And now I get to go back over there again. Yes.
I wanted nothing more than to go to the same place over and over and over again. And then go back to the other same place over and over and over again. Now, that's what I call peak game design right there.
Okay, but again, it's not a long trek. It just seems like maybe a bit of an unnecessary trek. Nope, that doesn't go around the way I need it to. We gotta go right. And see what looks like a bomb, but it's a balloon. And another balloon. Oh, there we go. Mangled corpse. See, sometimes he gets off of the thing. Oh, floating eye. There we are. Okay, let's examine it again now that there's not a... Okay, we got that. And then we're gonna ride the chocobo back this way. This time we're taking the top route, though. Haven't done that in a minute. And what will we find up there? Oh yeah, that's a security tower, isn't it? I was just told to go to. Serpent Sergeant. Well, it's not really a tower, but...
Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught I might assist you with?
Here, you have a corpse that looks like a flower.
Not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the central shroud. The masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of the winged. Eyeball are common enough. Feature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end? None can say. The victims have all been young women, all found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them, so as to notify the next of... This button engraved with the lily motif? The very same object was found upon another victim. Family sigil, or that of an organization, perhaps? Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders.
One can only hope. Hold the button. Okay.
I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mioun. Mayhaps someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil.
I can do that. Teleport. Okay. Gridania, he said. Let's see if I made a mistake by just doing that instead of actually clicking it on the map. Oh, that wasn't a mistake. I'm actually pretty close. Oh, and I can't use my chocobo here. It's okay, I can sprint. But sprint got bought. I can T-Mobile. I think I've made that joke before. Oh. Good evening to you, Kova. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. No, I'm here to give you a button. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You'll have to find the answer the old-fashioned way by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette over by the Aetherite Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Etherite Plaza. I just came from there! Okay. Oh. Hello, Bernadette. What do you look like so I can... Okay. Help tracking down the owner of a button. That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then, show me what you have. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by families of old, though I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there's a soul in Gridania who does, be Sangulid over at the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing older citizens on a four-name basis. And that is... actually not that far from here. Lead up to a dungeon. Well, I'm not doing the dungeon today. Unless I can get to the dungeon and complete it within 4 minutes. We're in Rosewood Stalls, huh? We're just gonna run all the way back. All the way back to the back. And we're out. And here we are. Saying it might be Kane. Kane. Especially if it's supposed to be Welsh. Bernadette believes that I can help you. Well, that is a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear. But whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now, then, what do you require of me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's Ward, northwest of here. Wait. Memory comes to me. Of late there has been a man who is perpetually seated at the bench of the ward's entrance. His name is Ursandel. I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. Sitting on a bench, sitting on a bench. Ah, that's the wrong way. I'll go around this way. And where's the bench we're looking for? Right around this corner. Ursandel. What do you look like? You look like Neil Patrick Harris. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray leave me to my thoughts. Think about this button. Oh, the sigil of Dardancourt family. How is it that you came to be in possession of this button? You have a murdered woman. Her face was it marred in any way? I had feared as much. I no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Dardancourt. During that time, I had the honour of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity brought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kind of fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. That moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed they would help her to regain that which she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually, there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed, and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was. But when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place. Not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hoke Manor, my home, for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavoured to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience, until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Hoke Manor, on the western edge of the central shroud. Go now! Go, and do what must be done. Well, let's go there, and I assume that's the dungeon, so let's go to the entrance. That is... yeah, sure, we'll teleport. And then it'll be... this way-ish? Jump. There you go. And to the left. Now, do I need to go up the stairs? I think I do. So, you know, that's great. I thought I wouldn't need to go up them again. Then if it turns out I'm reading the map wrong, I should be able to hop down from the top. Minimal fall damage. But no, I dare say I think this is right. We got some Halito-stropers. Very Dutch-sounding name. And that must be the manor. What are you doing there, buddy? Interesting. Interesting. There's a floating eye. And here's the manor. And that looks like a dungeon entrance manor gate. We're not going to go into the manor. We're going to go to the manor. And I'm going to call it for today. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for your help, Grumpy Rat and Izzy Kitten. You guys are really making my terrible, atrocious navigation and menu navigation skills less of a problem. Just want you all to know I appreciate you all very much. I will be back on Wednesday with Super Mario Odyssey. Saturday, I should be finishing Link to the Past Randomizer. And then next Monday, I'm going to be playing some various ROM hacks. Van's going to be here with a bunch of ROM hacks he's prepared for me. Y'all are the best. I wish you all peace. Until next time, bye-bye.